I don't know. It's like beating up a child.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Drop timings for the week actually do matter. Once again, Skarn is a behemoth that is rotating around the trial arena, but luckily for us, the drop timing dropped pretty much immediately. The position that you're really looking for him to be at is facing away from you, so that you can teleport into his backside so that he does the spin.
The other one is where you have to wait like 1% or something, and he's just like sitting in front of you. But I guess that's only for other weapons, because it's a bit harder to get the boot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you do want to skip the spin boop, wait until like 1%, 2% danger or something like that. Builds for the week, the build that we were using was 6 Berserker, 6 Callous, 6 Overpower, 6 Rage, 3 Aetheric Attunement, 3 Discipline, and 3 Predator. This is with the Malk legendary weapons and Tragic Echo as well. This build is really just kind of designed to do a lot of damage and then die and then do even more damage. No Rage Hunter in here. He doesn't enrage until like half HP, so you don't really need Rage Hunter. The only thing I really didn't care for was the 3 Predator, but there wasn't really any way around it, was there?
Not really. If you wanted 6 like I think 3 Pred was like the best option in that slot.
So if you guys are just looking for a top 100 time, this is the build I would use. It would be 6 Callous, 6 Overpower, 6 Predator, 6 Rage, 3 Aetheric Attunement, 3 Berserker, 3 Discipline, and 3 Wild Frenzy. This is once again with the legendary Malk strikers. This build is just the exact same build that we were using, but without the Tragic Echo. So you're not looking to die, you're not looking to take any damage with the inclusion of 6 Berserker or 6 Predator. It should allow you to get pretty easily really good times as long as you play flawlessly. The other thing I did want to mention is I tried a little bit of shroud weapons, as there's nothing to get you below that 20% HP early.
Yeah, there's nothing to bring you down, and also that shock proc is juicy because you get it while he's trust proc as well.
Let's see here, lanterns this week. I think it's a pretty easy pick of Pangar Lantern. The frost proc to keep him down in that overpower state a little bit longer is just super valuable. The ability to spam it with Aether Drive Tonic, as always, just does so much. I don't really think there's be any other reason to go any other lantern this week.
Pangar is the advantage here.
Potions for the week. Potions is once again Aether Drive, Blitz, Frenzy. No real need to switch it up this week. Callous being able to work so well with all those. They synergize so well together with Pangar Lantern.
It's just always the same 3.
Yeah. Viable weapons for the week. This week already I think is like, I would say it's actually one of the hardest weeks. I would put it up on the ranks of like Shroud, Reza. To go down the list of viable weapons. So Aether Strikers I think are the most viable this week. Just them being able to be fast and able to keep up with his attack speed while still having blunt damage to deal with his armor, I think makes them the best weapon for the week. Hammer, while I think is good this week, just doesn't seem to keep up with his attack speed. Just have too much commitment with your attacks with Hammer, and he punishes you too much with it, I think.
That's right.
Sword, I think, actually can do pretty well this week with its resounding echo. You kind of have to get him into an enrage mode first for him to stop moving around. And that I think is pretty difficult for Sword to do.
What avenging, yeah, you can just parry like every rock that comes out.
I mean, pretty much if you're not using blunt damage versus Skarn, you're kind of nerfing your damage. So anything other than Aether Strikers and Hammer is going to have nerf damage already. And with those two already being at the top of the food chain for damage output, all the weapons are even in a worse spot this week comparatively. Chainblade, I think will do okay. I don't see any reason that Chainblade should do bad other than the fact that it's just slashing damage.
I mean, that's about it. It still does pretty good. Just aim for tip.
Pike, I think, can probably do okay-ish.
There's a bug where you can just hit it through his tail armor.
Oh, really?
You just sit at the back and it'll go straight through it.
For the 3 last weapons that we said, sword, chainblade, pike, I think they're all possible sub 3s, but you're really shooting yourself in the foot by playing them.
I in my opinion, every weapon is viable, with a little exception to the axe. It will have a tougher time with Skarn.
I think the axe could probably do okay-ish with shock procs. I think Skarn has a pretty low threshold on his elemental proc.
Yeah, every weapon can get a sub 3, axe being the slowest.
How do you feel about repeaters though? You think repeaters is better than axe?
Yeah, just full bore, dude. They'll be faster than axe just because it can pretty much just keep shooting non-stop. And if you're a good repeater player, like you're gonna be dishing out a lot of full bore.
I would agree with that assessment. I would agree with you. All weapons are viable for its sub 3. Axe probably being the slowest, with Aether Strikers being the best. Mistakes in your run or improvements you're looking to make. In my run in particular, I felt like I played pretty damn well. Pretty happy with my run. The main thing that I saw that I could have definitely improved on is getting claps on while he's in overpower states. There's quite a few claps that I had to do while he was not in overpower states. And then when he was in an overpower state, I had to refresh my mantras. And that really hurts your damage, especially with overpower being such a huge part of this week's damage. But I kept him stagger locked pretty much the entire fight and kept him inside the Pangar lanterns. So it worked out pretty well. For improvements for your run, I think really honestly the only thing you could improve on is crits.
But I did get 2 overpowered crits. So.
You did already get pretty lucky, man. All right, let's go to strategy inside the arena. So I think this fight is pretty well set up for you if you're going for the tragic echo strategy. Get his first boop where he spins around. After that boop, you're going to do damage to him, and then he's going to get up and get on his hind legs for a damage cap boop, which you're also going to want to land. And then after that, as he's getting up from that, you should go to a stagger, to a shock proc, and then you should be looking to die. In your tragic echo, you should be killing him. It's pretty much as straightforward as that. You're doing your damage and keeping your mantras up through that. If he does any attacks in between there, just dodge him and keep on his head.
It's pretty straightforward. I think the thing that most people struggle on is just that boop.
Yeah. So to explain the first boop where he spins around, there is going to be a ring of rocks around him. And that's actually the thing that has to be hit to boop him. Not him himself, but the ring of rocks. And so you want to make sure that you're attacking that and not trading with that ring of rocks. The other thing you have to keep in mind is that you want to make sure that that ring of rocks is fully formed. So it takes a little bit of him spinning around before he actually becomes boopable. If you're not using a tragic echo strategy, I mean, the strategy is the same, but you're just not looking to die. Let's talk about top times of the week. Top time right now is, of course, Heltrix with his 105. This run, I think, is already the cream of the crop. I don't think anyone's going to beat this. The only thing you could do to beat this run would be insane crit RNG. I don't think people are going to do it.
Yeah, pretty much that. Like any trial, if you have insane crit RNG, it'll most likely like be a really fast time.
Top 5 right now is Axelmane with 116. I think this time could probably get improved on by a little bit. I almost want to say like 114 for top 5.
I guess like nobody's really doing it. It can go down to just 112, 113. Just a couple seconds shaved off.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Top 100 is 155 for solos. I think this is going to be, I want to say like sub 130, but that might be too aggressive.
It might, seeing as it is a slow week.
So I would say between like 130, 135.
I'm gonna say like 140.
Groups, top 1 right now is 40 seconds. I want to say that you could get like a 37 second-ish.
Yeah, I reckon 37, 38. It's not even gonna be that fast because it's only a one break week.
So right now for top 5 is 51 seconds for groups. This is going to definitely get down much quicker. 41, I'd say like maybe like 42 seconds for top 5.
41, 42 is most probable.
And then top 100 right now is 122. I would like to say this week's going to get below sub 1.
It can.
If it's not going to be sub 1, I think it would be very close to 1 minute, like 101, 102, something like that.
Yeah, I reckon around this 1 minute mark.
Hey guys, don't forget to leave a comment down below in case we missed anything or if you have any questions for me. I do try to read every single comment, so if you have a question for me, feel free to ask and I will try to my best to answer. And if you guys like the content, think about subscribing. It really helps me out. Appreciate you guys always giving me love and support. Thank you guys so much, and see you guys next week.